All right, y'all. So listen, he gave me this gift before the cameras were rolling, and I just want to make sure that we put this on camera because, again, for the folks that want to be able to purchase, we can't leave them out the loop. So go ahead, get my
Here you
gift.
go. You can find more at rtheczar.com/merch.
Hey, listen, you guys will see me rocking this on a next upcoming episode of Beauty Told because I got to make sure I shout out my boy, and really, truly, I am grateful and thankful for you coming and spending your time with me on this, like I said, cold, snowy, icy day. Okay? And you know what? We're in the holiday season too, so 'tis the season to be given. So make sure you guys tap in. Grab you one as well. Merchandise on the website. You already heard my man's. And that way you can be able to gift your loved ones with this as well.
And there's a promo code, Too Tight.
Oh.
TOO tight. They get you 25% off, your beauty house.
See, there you go. And again, for those who want to be lazy and act like they don't know how to do it, I will have that as well in the description. So that way all you do is one click of a button after you hit subscribe that you can be able to go ahead and shop for everybody on your Christmas list and more. And let's represent. So thank you so much.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Y'all already know I love y'all. Mwah. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Told. It's your girl Britt here for another hot juicy topic. And as promised, I have another fabulous guest with me today. And you know what? For the few that don't know who he is, I'm gonna let him introduce himself today.
I'm Cleveland's finest, R the Czar.
That's right. And if you guys don't know, make sure y'all tap in. Again, I'm gonna have all his information down below in the description. So that way y'all can definitely check in and get yourself current with what's going on here in Cleveland. And I mean, he repping Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? But he known around the world, okay? So make sure y'all check him out. So without further ado, again, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. This is actually the second go around, y'all. So I told him off camera, but we're going to do it on camera, that I definitely owe you a sincerest apology. Thank you for being so understanding. We were supposed to meet up way back in, what, summertime or spring?
Summertime.
Summertime, y'all. And your girl, y'all already know I'm a one-woman show trying to figure this out. So I don't know how it got overlapped the way it did, but we did not end up meeting. And he actually reached out to me to remind me that, like, hey, are we still doing it? So again, I appreciate you giving me a second chance for showing your girl some grace. And we are here to make it happen. So timing is everything. So maybe it was just meant to be the timing of the winter time. In case y'all can see through my little blinds here. Listen, it's cold, it's snowy, it's icy over here. Over on your side of town, I heard ain't a drop of snow.
Well, it's a couple of drops, but it's not like over here. Over here, I'm like, wait, that's collected. That's accumulated right there.
It's terrible. It is icy on top of that, y'all. So I do not like it. But welcome to how the weather can shift and change. This is Cleveland weather all day long. Okay? Unpredictable. But listen, without further ado, I definitely, like I said, had to address that because I appreciate you coming out in the weather and coming for your girl for the second time. So guys, the topic of today is going to be lights, camera, love. Listen, he is in the music industry, and like I said, he's very well known. He's going to give y'all a little bit of understanding backstory of how all that began. We're going to definitely tap into how you came up with the name because it's a very unique name. And again, we're going to see how that ties into love because there's so many myths with, you gentlemen, y'all gents in the music industry. We're gonna get into it. Okay.
For sure.
So listen, let's start off with the basics. So that way we can kind of get a little backstory of how did you get into the music industry?
So my toys used to put on concerts. So I've always had a desire to do music.
Okay.
When I actually got started though, like where, I'm actually writing.
Yeah.
That was around the time when Bow Wow and Romeo came out.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
My cousin hit me up like, hey man, I've been thinking about rapping. I'm like, man, me too. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, it was just straight adults.
Yeah.
So we like 11 at the time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So we decided, let's do this.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Never
Okay.
look back tight.
So y'all start to do this, and what have we been able to achieve over these years? How many years have you been doing this for now?
So I was 11 in 01.
Okay.
We're 2024.
So y'all do the math, okay?
Right,
You've been in the game, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, put in that work.
I performed all over America.
Yeah.
From literally coast to coast, New York to LA.
Okay.
I've been through Atlanta a few times. I've been through Texas, a couple different parts of Texas. I'm not about to go into all the cities.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like you said, all across the country. And listen, collaboration's been a good thing.
For sure.
I'm loving, what is it? Label Us? Is that the new? I am loving that. First of all, giving homage to Ludacris. So shout out to Luda. I was like, oh, this beat. I said, why does this beat sound so familiar? Because you know we ain't heard it in a minute.
Right.
Once I got it, but the flow with it, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it wasn't just you on there. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all really did y'all thing.
Shout out to my good sis, Envy Jazzo.
Yes, Envy Jazzo definitely did. That was a great way to, collab and have a female on the track, okay? So when we talk about the females, listen, I know that temptation be all around because, for those who don't know, let's get this straight. What is your relational status, by the way?
I am married.
All right. So again, a lot of times we don't even know half of these rappers and whatnot be married. You know, they be keeping it tight-lipped and undercover. But that's, again, one of the myths. People be assuming. We don't even ask. We just assume they don't have anybody.
Fair.
So when it comes to the music industry and being married, what type of challenges have you encountered?
So the biggest issue that I have is communication.
Okay.
Because some things are spontaneous.
Yeah.
Some, a lot of things change and it'd be like 30 different changes. And my wife, she's one of those people that got to know. She's got to know. So that I would say that was the biggest challenge.
Okay.
That is the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
You said it's temptation. I'm not going to say I'm not tempted because that would be fictitious.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm very business first.
Okay.
So in that regard, I would say I'm not tempted. If that makes any sense. That is good.
That is good. And I definitely commend that because for some, that might be their struggle. And they could be, and they'll maybe voice it, maybe they'll try to, cover it up and say that's not the case. But I love the fact that you said that you are like business focused, you know what I mean? So that way you're looking towards the goal, you know what I mean? Not the distractions that can come along with that, you know what I mean? So what would you say you would acclimate as you guys having that strong, foundation? What would you give acknowledgement in that regard to?
Honestly, when issues arrive, we talk about it and we figure out solutions.
Okay.
We have got our pastor involved, as far as like a counseling type of thing.
Okay.
Just because it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking like, but it's not easy. It's not like every day, we just wake up and then, it's, there are, certain things that she has issues with and there's certain things that I could be lax on.
Yeah.
So, it's just acknowledging the issues as they arrive and figuring out solutions. Okay.
And that's fair. And I'm sure that you guys have so many years too, where you've had to kind of get to know each other, get to really understand, her strengths and weaknesses, your strengths and weaknesses, and figure out, like you said, a kind of neutral grounds for that. And I love the fact that you said you would get the pastor involved. So, okay, so you a God-fearing man as well. All right, amen. And I really think that for a lot of successful marriages to thrive, that foundation does have to be God first as a solid rock, and then you guys can build upon that. Yeah. Without it, you on shaky grounds now, so you might want to check and get reestablished in that regard. So that's what's up. So listen, when it comes to the music industry, what's been the most fulfilling when it comes to just being in the game and, working with so many artists and being able to go around the country? Like that's impressive. Not everybody can say they've been able to do that.
Indeed. I'm not gonna lie, it's always a new challenge. There's a lot of things that I still want to get off my bucket list. But fulfilling, like, it's just like I always wanted to perform at the Rock Hall of Fame. Like we used to take,
that would be nice.
We used to always take like field trips there, like in elementary elementary school and things like that.
Yep.
So actually doing that, like I've done that twice at this point in my life. I performed at SOBs, like, you know, just SOBs, like for me, that was a big one because Kanye was talking about SOBs on Big Brother.
Correct.
Talking about him and Jay-Z did that. So it's like to be able to say I've done the same stages. And to double back, like when the first time I did the Rock Hall of Fame, it was during induction week, the year that Jay-Z got inducted.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was, you know, and I'm right upstairs from his exhibit. Like that, you know, it's always a new height. It's all, you know, once you achieve something, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Again, I haven't done everything that I wanted to do.
Okay.
It's a lot that I still want to do. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to the future.
Absolutely. Because it's looking mighty bright, you know, as you continue to thrive and do what you do, because you definitely are a dope artist. I got to tap into your channel and be able to, you know, listen and see you perform, and, you know, again, amazing presence on stage.
Thank
you. Wonderful. And so when it comes to you being also a family man, what would you say are sometimes maybe the hardest of, you know, your music and then still being there for the family as well? What would you say some conflicts that come about that?
So there are times when music is a little more demanding than other times. And then, you know, like my oldest daughter, like she's involved in a lot. Like she doesn't live with me, so that's, you know, that's already a challenge. So her being in plays and different things like that, like sometimes I'm booked around the same time that she got something going on. So, you know, that is like the hardest part, like just, you know, time. Like it's just never enough time in the day. But I mean, you also have to, when the chance is available, you got to take it. You got to,
for sure.
That's family or music. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, not you got to know, you got to be able to decide. Because sometimes it's been times where, you know, some family stuff going on, but I was like, all right, I got to do this. And then I do this, and then it wasn't even worth it. I should have just been with family. You know? And then there's other times where, you know, obviously it was, you know, this opportunity actually led to something.
Okay. That's what's
it's
up.
It's very give and take.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, it just, like you said, it's not even just the music industry. We all, as parents, have to make the sacrifices sometimes. Sometimes it does mean you have to miss a recital or you have to miss a game because business is business. You know, these bills ain't gonna pay themselves. So, I mean, that's awesome. Like, okay, so besides your daughter, are there any other children that you have?
Yeah, so I got a total of 4 kids. My youngest, she'll be 1 in March.
Oh, congrats.
I got a first grader.
Yeah.
Then I got another kid that my other daughter, she's gonna be 3 in April. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, they definitely keep you on your toes, right?
For sure.
Definitely. Okay. Okay. So I know y'all, we going back and forth. Music, love. Like I said, you know, like Cameron, love. We got to talk about it. So what would you say as far as in regards to the marriage? Because not everybody can even say that they got to achieve that part in their life, to find the person that really is with them, has their back. What are some of the quality characteristics that your wife possesses that you knew, like, yeah, she in it for the long run?
The first thing is definitely a heart for God. Like that was a part of the criteria. I wasn't marrying no chick that, you know, didn't have a church home, wasn't, you know, in her word. Like, not, you know, going to church is one thing, but like actually understanding the word, being able to talk about the word, that kind of thing. So that was, you know, high up on the priority list. For sure. Also a love of music. Like she doesn't create music, but she can sing. She's an amazing dancer. I, on the other hand, cannot dance to save my life.
That's usually how it goes.
I mean, just really just being, you know, pretty reliable even, you know, so like she's somebody I could talk to about, you know, almost everything. You know, everybody got, you know, certain things that they just don't feel comfortable talking about. But, you know, for the most part, I could talk to her about pretty much anything.
Okay. All right. Well, that's dope. I mean, like I said, a lot of times the inner qualities really, especially when you get older, the inner qualities matter more so than the outward, because, you know, these looks will fade after a while. But if you have somebody that has that solid inside, and like you said, starting off with just the love of God and being able to have that as the center, I really feel like that can help to evolve any relationship and, again, take you to the next level.
Yeah.
So do you guys sometimes run into like challenges with the distance? Because like you said, you do travel, you know what I mean? And that does take you away from family. So aside from the kiddos, relational wise, because if anything, that got to be rocking. So everything else can be, you know, copacetic. So.
Yeah. So distance, it can be it can be an issue. I haven't traveled as much since like COVID.
Okay.
Like COVID kind of slowed a lot of my travels down for obvious reasons. But even since then, like, you know, just communication. Like that's the biggest thing. Just staying connected, not letting too much time go by. You know, if I could snag a minute to, you know, hit her up, see how she doing, see how the kids doing, you know, that's usually the remedy for that.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Definitely.
No 2 days are alike. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. And communication, you know, again, aside from God, communication is definitely key. The beautiful thing about today's technology is you really ain't got no excuse.
No excuses.
There's no more call waiting and all that. Like, we have FaceTime, we have Zooms, we have so many things. I think before that was Skype. I'm trying to now I'm dating myself. But listen, there's no excuse, you know, and you can definitely be able to eliminate a lot of issues if you just pick up that phone and just talk it out. You know, no assuming. Yeah, that's, you know, that's effort and dedication. Yep. Yeah, that's what's up. All right. Now, has there ever been a time, you know, in the relationship where, because let's be real now, there are fans and then there are groupies. And that, again, I think you have to be a secure woman to be able to deal with it just in general. You know what I mean? You can have the best man in the world, but if you have, you know, your issues that you have not addressed, any woman coming up is going to be, you know, a challenge and an issue. But has there ever been a time where that maybe conflicted in you guys' you know, relationship or marriage?
100%. That is definitely come up from time to time. I mean, again, for the most part, I'm super business focused, so I don't usually sway in that way. But I mean, like you said, like there's a certain security that a woman has to have in order to you know, be with somebody in the industry. So
yeah, definitely. So okay, so listen, what new things do you have going on, or what's maybe some ventures that you do want to get into, whether it be acting, whether it be ghostwriting, like what else can we expect from you?
So I've always wanted to ghostwrite. Okay. I haven't found anybody that wants to be written for, though.
Yeah.
Personally. Okay. A lot of people been on my butt about acting. They're like, man, you should get into this acting and modeling. Yeah. I'm like, once my time free up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Or if somebody actually tossing me a bag to act, you know, hey, you'll get 100% participation at that point.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I can definitely see acting. I was actually waiting for you to be like, I'm already acting. Like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, nah, I haven't been, mainly because of time. Like, I just, you know, music is very time consuming. Family is already time consuming, but then you got to finance everything. So, like, you know, if we talking money, I will figure that out.
Oh, for sure. Listen, now we talking, right?
But, you know, for, you know, somebody just want me to pull up and spend most of my day and it's no money involved, I just can't commit to that.
Yeah, I get that. Now, I know that there probably is sometimes where, you know, giving of your time has more of an intangible reward. Yeah. So, like I said, you've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of dope artists. Now, has there ever been a time where that has maybe been not so great of a mix? Without putting we Cat Williams, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to expose them, but have you ever had, you know, maybe some issues in regards to trying to have like a good collab and it just ain't work out?
So I feel like I've only collaborated with a handful of the people who I really want to collaborate with. And that's for a number of reasons. Sometimes mainly it's just time. Either that person or my time. Like we never either link up or we send a beat and we forget about it or that kind of thing. The only time I can really say it was a legit issue, there was one artist who I did a song with. He knocked out his verse in like 15 minutes. And it sounded like he knocked it out in 15 minutes. I still put the song out because I wasn't trying to be no type of way, but we ended up falling out like in a big way, and we wrote diss tracks about each other and everything.
Okay, got got a little personal. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, that was like the only time I could really say that things went south. And that was really just homie crashing out. Like he was beefing with the whole city at that time. So it was like, and nobody really knew who he was. So it was, that's why I'm not even about to, put a name on it.
Nameless,
you know what I'm saying? The people who know, they know. If they don't know, they ain't miss nothing.
Okay. That's what's up. I get it. And like you said, fair was fair. You still put the record out there, even though you had your, reservations about it, I'm sure. So, okay, I get you. So listen, I'm first of all, I'm loving this. I'm loving the fact that you're just being like I said, just authentically you and transparent as well. So what would you maybe advise for, the artists out there? Because again, yes, you want to thrive in the music industry. You want to make your money. Eventually you do want to find that significant other, that special lady. But what would be your advice, especially having went through your life and, the ups and downs and bumps and everything, what would you advise them when it comes to love?
The biggest thing is getting an understanding. Because lack of understanding is usually cause for friction. Like, that's one thing. Then on top of that, like just not being afraid to be honest. Because lack of honesty is a cause of friction.
Listen, we know it all too well. We see it play out.
Not to laugh at it, but that's just one of those things.
It's real. I mean, as we all see, kind of blowing up on the scene now, the whole Cardi B and Offset. Allegedly, he done had some, some situations that have caused this now, divorce, proceedings. So, what would you say has helped you and your, lovely lady to be able to not have that be the end result for you guys? I know you said communication was a big one, but really keeping it spicy, or you know what I mean? Like just keeping God in the mix, because the moment God is not in the mix, that's usually when we have our big riffs, For sure. Definitely.
And that's sometimes it's an individual, sometimes it's been me, sometimes it's been her. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's been smoking, sometimes it's been drinking. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Just so just trying to figure out how to keep God centered. That's pretty much it.
Okay. I think that's probably the best advice, not only for, like I said, the ones that are trying to find the love, but actually for the ones that are in this, relationship, rocking it out. It's going to be some good, it's going to be some bad, but it's what you do with that. And again, keeping God in the center is very critical. I mean, like I said, I don't really see no relationship or anything, whether it's family, whether it's friendship, whether it's relationship, whether it's business. You do have to have that solidity in God for sure. So I would love to know, as we have come to a close, what are maybe some words of wisdom in general that you would like to give to the folks out here from the great one?
He who wants to be king must first learn to serve.
All right. I like it. Matter of fact, I love it. That is beautiful. Beautiful. And anything else that we should know, about you in general? Anything, like I said, I'm gonna have this information, but if you want to let them know where to find you, where to check you out more. I'm
everywhere at rtheczar. And also I just dropped a new project called Too Tight for Modesty. The lead single was The Label Us. yeah, it's on all streaming platforms.
That's right. So y'all make sure y'all tap in and listen. Like I told y'all, that song is hot, and I can't wait to see this new project that you have going on. So again, this was a dope experience. Wait! I didn't even get to find out. Like, how did you come up with the name? We talked about how you got into the industry. We never talked about how you come up with a name, because the name is everything.
So my real name is Armand.
Okay.
Right? I want to say like 07, 08, around that time frame. Like my cousin who I was rapping with, his name is DJ. He was spelling it D-Jay. And I was spelling my name R-MON. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where the R come from.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I was writing a verse and one time and I was like, it's R the Czar, symbolically Simba. Because Simba couldn't wait to be king. And
correct. Yeah. I'm telling you, we date ourselves with these guys. Yes, Lion King. Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much how that came about.
Oh,
like it was just a bar, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
And that was 09, so
all right.
Been running with it since.
Listen, yes. So like you said, now it's ringing bells everywhere. Everybody know who you is because, like I said, the name is very important, and that's a dope name. So. All right. Well, listen, I have had a great time with you. Again, another episode, you guys, on Beauty Talk. It's going to be forever changing and transforming, y'all. I'm still trying to figure this out, okay? It's hard, but I'm making my way. And if you guys have not subscribed, what are you doing? It just takes 2 seconds. Make sure you click that subscribe button, tap in so you can continue to stay tuned in with great, phenomenal guests such as Armand and so many others that are yet to come. Again, I thank you so much for this second opportunity to get it right on Beauty Talk. And of course, you guys already know I love you guys so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And of course, until next time, let's make a change.